Enough is enough.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Under the Ropes right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I'm your host, as always, of Under the Ropes, your self-proclaimed greatest host and owner and CEO of the No Holds Barred Network, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host. She is the executive vice president of Giggles, the heartbreak chick herself, and the queen of the indies, Tiffany. And if you're watching this episode, we're joined by a third here live on YouTube. None other than Anthony St. James from IWA. What's going on, Anthony?
Yeah, not much. What's going on with you guys? Having a good time?
Oh, yeah, we're having a good time so far. It's been an interesting week. I'm actually just getting over the flu today. It's like that phlegm stage of the end of the flu where you're just all phlegmed up and you're just hacking the entire day. So
nobody needs to hear this.
What? I'm
interested. Tell me every detail of this hacking season.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we'll go into the description of the phlegm itself. That it's on the ground. It's green. It's slimy. Tiff. I know you're a fan of that too, right?
Do you have like a chart of like the hour per ratio of phlegm? Like, you know, like you spit like 20 times at 11 o'clock, 12 times at noon. You know,
I meant to keep track. I made a whole chart on Microsoft Word, and it was just, I was ready to keep track of it, but no, I couldn't do it today. I couldn't do it. I would say if I had to guesstimate, probably like 30 times per hour.
Guesstimate's one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
That's a lot. We might have to send you to the doctor.
No, I'll be okay. I just use Google MD, WebMD. That's the way to go.
I just WebMD your symptoms. You're dying, man.
Oh. Well, this is the last podcast everyone will be able to hear me on. So, Tiffany, you're become the now owner and CEO of the No Holds Barred Network.
Finally, we're changing it to the No Holds Barred Network, guys.
Since
about time.
The queen of the indies.
The queen of illiteracy. Yes.
Has become now an indie podcast. Well, I'll be going to all the shows and giving you my rating, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the 5th episode in this series that we've started. Today is going to be a little bit more funner than usual. We went basically we're going off the script today, if that makes any sense. And we're going to be mostly shooting the shit. We're not going to be sitting here asking 30 questions towards Anthony because I don't know if you guys want to know 30 straight answers out of Anthony.
You're not getting any of them. So that's why we're shooting.
What do you mean? All right, we're just going to sit here and stare at each other for a little bit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, isn't that what the best podcasts are, when it's just staring contests?
Yeah.
Well, I automatically lose because I laugh at everything, so. As long as you put it on me, so going down. Anyway, so just so you guys know, I'm gonna throw it under the bus. I know you were gonna bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up. This is the wrestler I chopped.
So Tiffany's mentioned. Oh, look, there's a cat in Anthony's picture, and it's got a cone. Poor cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like catching cats and coning them. Makes me laugh.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to cone it up.
It's a nice hobby.
It's funny. You know, cats and cones. It's hilarious.
Okay.
He's going to start an Instagram, and it's going to take off, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's going to be more famous than all of us combined. It's gonna take...
That sounds like a plan.
So, guys, make sure you follow his new Instagram at Cats and Cones.
Cats and Cones. Yeah, did you know how violent your co-host is?
No. Violent?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm walking to ringside, minding my own business, not insulting Puerto Ricans. Next thing I know, she emerges from the shadows and just hits me with a chop right to the trachea. And had a I had to eat dinner through a straw for weeks.
Oof.
It's a true story. I am not lying.
Tiffany,
What?
explain
It's
yourself.
Not true.
That seems pretty legit. That seems too far fetched to make up.
No. Listen, Astro Morales brought him over to me, and my hand was over here, and it just magically chopped him. So,
In the words of your president, fake news.
what?
Exactly. Wrestlers never exaggerate stories. Everything we say is 100% factual.
Oh,
Okay.
As a guy who's 6'4", 300 pounds, let me tell you.
wow! The camera's doing wonders for you right now.
Yeah, it's very slimming. It's these filters that these kids use on MySpace and all these other apps.
MySpace, yes, that's the popular social media network today. Is MySpace? It's taken off like crazy. Do you remember MySpace? I remember MySpace. Who did any of you two have Tom in your top 10?
Who didn't have Tom in their top 10?
I think Tom was my only friend.
So he's
Ray
your
in the
top
chat.
one.
Ray in the chat said, "Nope, she had a choice, and I didn't shop him."
Well, there you go.
Ray was in there too. So, yeah, Ray didn't chop him. I did. So, just so you know, I don't know if you know this, but November 30th, I am going to be on commentary during your match.
You're gonna be on commentary?
Yes.
I expect to be fair and no slander towards me. My lawyer will be watching the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well then, Tiffany, you've been warned.
Oh.
We need a straightforward, to the books type of commentary for this match. Okay?
I can't miss anything.
Anything that's not a glowing review, slander.
Oh. All
Or
right.
is it libel? I forget. But it's not my job to remember. It's the lawyer's job. So he'll keep tabs.
Okay.
A lawyer, eh?
Yeah, he's actually kept me out of jails. Oh man. Pretty much statute of limitations has been lifted for almost anything. So
Okay.
I think now that I've been let's see, my parole went off about 2 years ago. Pretty much when I started wrestling. That's why I started wrestling. Or started this journey of professional wrestling. Was I kept getting into a lot of trouble, and once I realized that the best way to stay out of trouble is actually to do this stuff, I was like, yeah, I'll just keep doing it.
Okay.
It's good times. But yeah.
Wow.
Wow. The life and story of Anthony St. James. On shelves soon. It's sure to be New York Times bestseller, 100%.
Actually, it's we're actually doing a 15-minute short film.
Oh.
And if it doesn't make me go bald, we're going to do another 15 minutes. And that doesn't make me go bald, but we're going to keep going until we have a full-length feature.
Okay.
And
Where's the max?
if we make it that far and I still have hair, then it will be distributed via Amazon and some other places where I have connections.
Okay.
So we just got to do it 15 minutes at a time.
Oh, okay. Where's the max though?
Huh?
About 2-hour mark max, or what do you think?
I mean, for a movie, I think 80 minutes is a good bar because I don't know. I have short attention span, and I figure a lot of people. If I'm not a Marvel movie, like anything over 80 minutes could be a bit of a chore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say you're treading like Marvel movie territory if you're getting that high. And even the I always believe that the new Star Wars that's coming out, they're saying it's going to be the longest Star Wars movie that they've made so far. So they're even treading.
Yeah, why do they have to be so long? It's just Muppets fighting in space. Do we really need like hours for that? Like, these guys are bad. Let's beat them up. Those guys are good. Let's cheer. I don't know. Like,
I'm pretty sure there actually is a movie called Muppets in Space. I think it's the actual Muppets in Space.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that I'll watch.
It's probably on the Disney Plus network.
Here, quick, let me add to cart right now. We'll go watch it.
It's probably on Disney Plus.
Probably.
Which, you know what, Disney Plus, I've had it I got it in the first day, and so far I've had zero problems. I have one issue though, like one big issue. There's no continue playing section. You literally have to go in and re-find whatever you were watching, or you have to post it to your watch list and have to go back into it and click it again.
Oh.
There's no continue watching section. There's not.
But you can pause it?
What do you
Like
mean?
if like you got a phone call, you pause it. And
Yeah,
then,
but I mean, like if you go, like if you leave, you go out and you turn it off. And, you know, when you reopen Netflix, you have your continue watching section. There's none of that in Disney Plus.
Oh.
Which I'm sure they're working on, but like that's like a big thing not to have in your launch. Like that was
New Japan World is like that too.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching something on New Japan World and you're like, all right, I gotta do something and I'll come back later. You gotta remember where you left off, and you have to put it there manually. So if you only saw like the first like hour and 10 minutes and you have to stop and do something else, if you turn it off, you have to go back and you have to put it yourself 1 hour 10 minutes.
That's rough.
That's rough.
I just expect from a multi-billion-dollar company like Disney, they'd have their shit together. And there was a lot of issues even on day one. It was crashing a lot. I mean, I've been happy so far with the content that's on there. I've had no problems with that. Like I love all the classic Disney movies that are on there, and you know, any day I can go back and start watching Recess again, then it's a good day for me.
Yeah, Recess is pretty good. I saw a chick on Halloween dressed up like what's it, Spinelli? Is that a name?
No way. Really?
Spinelli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I just pointed at her, go Recess. And she's like, yeah. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday?
I'm torn between Halloween and Christmas.
Now, is Halloween even a holiday?
It's the best holiday year. Do you guys celebrate Halloween in Canada?
Canada?
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's somewhere up north.
Come on, you speak Canadianness, so like, why would it?
Canadianness. That's another great vocabulary right there. Oh wow.
Oh, what city are you from? I forget.
I'm literally right in the border between the U.S. and Canada. I'm in Niagara Falls.
Oh, Niagara Falls. We had a show there about a year or two ago. If you guys need accuracy on time, I'm not gonna give that because it's all one blur. But yeah, we had a show like in Niagara Falls on the American side about a year or two ago. I had fun. Went to the casino.
Oof. The casino that reeked of cigarettes.
Probably it was. I forgot which one. I think it's the one that's owned by a Norwegian Sun.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
The Seneca Casino. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, like they gave us like a free buffet if we signed up. So I made sure every wrestler signed up. I'm like, guys, free food. Let's go.
We should go back. You could be like under another name or something and sign up.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have any legacy in this business, it's gonna be the most frugal guy out there. That's my dream.
So this was IWA that went there, or it was
no, it's Kaiju Big Battle. So,
okay.
Yeah, not really wrestling, but it's craziness inside of a wrestling ring.
So you're
that's
with
pretty much.
You're with IWA right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
what I do is.
I had to ask Tiffany for the logo because I typed in IWA on Google, and there's about 50 million different types of IWA.
Yeah, it's like IWA Mid-South, IWA, the one we were, IWA First in Park. It's like 100 IWAs, just like how it used to be the NWA a long time ago when there was no real board for a minute. And it was like NWA Bronx. Like, are they official? No, but we're calling ourselves NWA Bronx.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of promotions out there.
So Intense Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, I'm glad he changed the name. Intense
was my first. I went last month, was it? Or a little over a month ago it was. So I came to this promotion because, as you guys know, as we interview Anthony Gangone as our first on Under the Ropes, I was kind of following a lot of promotions that he was wrestling at. So that's how I found IWA. That's how I found you. So, but you deserve another shop.
That's how you found to attack me. Unprovoked.
I don't know.
So this picture that she sent me, I'm assuming that's from an IWA show.
Yeah.
And who's the guy next to you? Who is that?
That's my tag team partner, Doofy. I mean, he hates it when I call him that, but
Dookie?
Yes. Doofy.
Or Doofy, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was giving me shit because I chopped him.
You chopped him too?
No, because I chopped Anthony, then he started giving me shit. Cute Girl said in the chat, this is the most chillest podcast. No questions, just talk. Yeah, we wanted to go a little different off the script today.
Yeah, I feel like questions is weird. Questions are weird. Let's try proper
Why
English.
is Doofus wearing a sailor hat? I know it's a question, but like I gotta ask, like, why the hell is he wearing a sailor hat?
My first match at IWA, like I was packing my bag, and I found a sailor hat like in my house. And I'm like, oh, this would be funny if I put this on. So then he decided that when he joined IWA, he's gonna do the same thing too. Even though I texted him, I go, I'm not doing a hat anymore. It was just something I thought it was funny at the time. It was like I didn't even put any thought into it. I was like, yeah, you know, my dad was in a yacht club, so I was like, I'll just borrow his hat.
Well, there you go.
And then Doofy, his dad was also, I guess, also in a yacht club, so he had his dad's thing. But I think he texted me the next day. He goes, I don't want to do the hat anymore. I'm like, I told you I wasn't doing it. So, you know, yeah. So I guess we just wanted to show that, you know, our I don't know how his financial situation is, but my family, like, without getting too personal, they have the money and I'm the broke one. Both sides. Both sides of the family tree, they're all well off and they're all having good times. And
trust me, I have that side of my family like that too, and they all live in Western Canada and they go on ski trips and world trips all the time. I'm like, oh, must be nice. You get the same last name as me and you're all doing all that. I'm sitting here just chilling.
Cool. If you could toss a little bit of that fun this way.
Yeah. While you're skiing in, you know, the most luxurious ski spots.
Yeah. Oh my god. Weren't you you were somewhere because I saw one of your videos recently. You were preparing for your match coming up. So
yeah, I'm still burnt. I mean, I know my camera's terrible, but I'm still burnt. Yeah, I was at a private island in the Bahamas.
Ooh.
I had to take a boat to a boat.
Oh.
Like the boat just dropped me off. Like the first boat I took was like, you know, left me in the middle of nowhere, and then we had to wait for the second boat.
Okay, I thought you docked from one boat to the other. Like you just met up in the middle of the ocean and just put a board across.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah. We had to wait in the ocean for the second boat to arrive, and they were supposed to pick me up in 7 days, and they didn't come for 10 days.
Oh.
So just float here. Someone will be here soon.
So once I was on land, I was all happy. I'm like, there's nobody, and no Wi-Fi. So I was like just bored out of my mind for 10 days and just trying to enjoy the weather. But as the video showed, I forgot my sunscreen. So every time I went out, like after 30 minutes, I was just frying.
Need some aloe vera, like pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that problem. I'm freaking like dark as hell. And then
yeah, it must be nice. I get burnt like easily.
Don't hate.
I could have SPF 1000 on and it'll still burn me.
It's weird because it's like when you go down to the islands that I swear to God, it's like different sun. So like I have gotten burnt before, like in Puerto Rico before, but like I can stand out in the sun here like no problem and not get burnt. But I swear it's like so different down there that you just get killed and fried. Not fun. So you didn't prepare for your match, or that was your preparation for your match coming up?
That was pretty much it. I just wanted to, like, you know, in my brain, you know, sometimes I just think of things but don't plan it through. So my brain was like, I want to do a training montage, you know. So, you know, because I was, you know, like the video said, I was watching Rocky 4, and when I saw Rocky go to Russia, I'm like, yeah, that's, you know, that's kind of cool. So, you know, he went to Russia because he's fighting Drago. So I figured, you know, I'll go to the, was it the Caribbean? Is the Bahamas in the Caribbeans?
Yes.
Very cool.
So is this montage made right now?
No, never made, because I was by myself and there was no film crew.
I was going to say you should use Live to Win by Paul Stanley as the montage song.
Live to Win.
Yeah.
I know that song.
Yes, thank you.
What movie is that from?
I remember I seen it in South Park.
I love South Park's montage songs.
So you're a tag team wrestler? I'm assuming.
That's actually my goal. But that's my goal, is to be a tag team wrestler. And like every time, like Doofy, he trains out of NYWC, I think.
Yeah, that's out here.
Or Outlaw. What's his name? Bull Bull Dempsey. Is that his name?
Yes, yes,
Bull
yes.
James. Yeah, he
James,
goes to his school. Yeah, so he's getting a lot of bookings from there, and I like my 5-year plan was to do 1 year specifically, just stick to IWA only.
Okay.
And then after a year, then expand a little bit. Then after a year, and then after 5 years, I'll just have like a network of where I want to go. So Doofy's doing his plan is kind of like the opposite. Like he's doing NYWC, I want to say, or Outlaw. Like I'm gonna get a lot of things wrong. So like I don't want the nerds fact checking me to be like hashtag. It's actually his name is actually.
Oh my god. So working with like IWA, what was like the most craziest thing that like a fan's done to you? Is it my chop or?
It's pretty much it was you and the guy in the wheelchair who chopped me. I think that was a miracle. We got like I came in a wheelchair and he's like I gotta see the video again, but according to my memory, like the idea of chopping him made him forget that he gave him the power to stand up. And just, IWA creating miracles.
Wow, this needs to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the video of the chopping. I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is, every person who chopped me was Puerto Rican. That's the only thing I remember. So that's why I called for a ban on Puerto Ricans.
He told me I'm only half banned because I'm only half. So
She's
could be
full.
Like,
give her a full ban.
Yeah. She has to watch the show from the bar because the venue has a bar. So we'll stream the show from the bar for her.
Okay.
There you go.
Can't ban me. You can't ban me. I'm gonna be on commentary.
Now, I want to go back to this picture. Do you wrestle in suits?
No,
or is this a promo?
No, I come down to the ring in my suit and then I just take it off and I have my gear.
So you pull a Cesaro and you kind of just rip it off and you're in your ring gear.
Yeah, like for years I bought the pants that went with this suit.
Okay.
And I tried to make it break away myself like an idiot, and it was a disaster. So for I think for about like the first few times I came down to the ring, I had the jacket and my tights underneath. Drinking during a podcast. That's very unprofessional.
As he takes a sip.
What were you drinking?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking seltzer now, but
I'm drinking. It's called Black Butt Porter.
what?
Black Butt Porter.
Okay.
Yeah. Butte. I think it's French.
Boo.
Kyle, you speak Canadianness. Like, is that?
That's French. It's not Canadianness. French is a...
French Canadian. It's pretty much French, but you say sorry a lot after.
We need to teach you geography lesson, I think, Tiff. We need a school podcast going here.
Would it be? I'm from New York, okay?
Oh, does that mean you're uneducated then?
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty much. Geography ends at Long Island. That's it. That's as exotic as you get.
The rest of the world just something.
Yeah, they speak un-New Yorkian.
They don't speak New York.
Oh my God. New York. Oh my God. Too much.
That's why I don't like the term when someone says, I speak American. Like, that's English. It's the same thing. There's no difference.
It's been the running joke with us for like the longest. The Canadianness and the Americanness.
I stole this from Married with Children when I went to London a few months ago. Like, I was like, I forgot my American to British dictionary. And nobody laughed. I'm like, guys, it's funny. Come on.
Oh, that sucks.
So, are you a WWE fan?
WWE?
Yeah.
Not really.
Like, do you like what the current product is? Like, are you a fan of their current product? Because I know that it's definitely, if you look at the wrestling world and wrestling Twitter nowadays, it's pretty split. So, what side of the fence are you on? Or are you just not on any side?
I'm on the side that, to be honest, I haven't watched it since, when was that triple threat match with Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Ronda Rousey?
Oh, that's about a year ago. Almost a year and a half, actually. A year and some change. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I watched it. Because every time I try to put it on, I'm just like, nothing means nothing. So it's just like, I feel bad for the workers, even though they're making a shit ton of money. but I feel like nothing means nothing.
Yeah.
You feel that bad with all the money that they probably make.
Yeah, so it's just like, give me a wrestler, like a mid-card wrestler's name.
Sorrow. Well, it's like tag team.
All right, we'll say Cesaro. Like Cesaro beats the champion. Who's that? Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
No,
Alright.
Bray
Not
Wyatt.
anymore. Yeah, it's Bray Wyatt now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Bray Wyatt. So Cesaro beats like Bray Wyatt. In 2 months, what is that going to mean? It's just he's going to be back to wherever Cesaro's at right now. Bray Wyatt's going to be at wherever he's at now. Like nothing means nothing.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why I don't watch it. I do watch NXT though.
Right. It seems to be the fresh of breath air and the good thing that's going in WWE, and it's kind of sad that it's within the same company.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what I mean. If NXT was its own thing, different company, it was on its own, I mean, that would be another thing. But because it's within the WWE name, it doesn't make sense how they do something right and they can't, and they clearly see what's going and what's wrong on the other shows, but they don't. It's like they don't want to take anything from NXT to attribute to those shows. It's like, I mean, we all know why, because the crazy ass billionaire doesn't want to change anything. Doesn't want to get with the times and move on. And, you know, it's tough. It's really tough to watch.
Yeah, because I mean, I think their philosophy is the brand is more. I mean, I don't know if I blame them or not, but the brand is more important than the superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I said. So all they care about is the brand, but
yeah,
the superstars is what makes the money. So who's the last big superstar they had? John Cena, greatest wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just say that right now because I whispered it the first time. John Cena, greatest WWE superstar of all time. That's my personal opinion.
He's up there, man. I'd say he's in that Mount Rushmore, I think, for WWE. Is there a company out there besides WWE that you I don't know, have watched and enjoyed, or?
New Japan is my it's pretty much what's kept my love of professional wrestling going.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that cool? Like that you would love to go work for like New Japan?
I do like once a year go to their dojo in LA, and they Shibata cool. Shibata tortures me for a week. And at first I didn't take it personal, but I realized that it's personal. Whenever anyone takes a bump or the like a shoulder knockdown drill,
mm-hmm.
he's just like, Every time I get like shoulder tackled or just somehow slammed or beaten up, he does his evil Shibata laugh. It's just, he's enjoying me getting murdered.
Do you think it could be motivation for you? Like he's trying to.
I don't know, like because I am, to be honest, I am not easy to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys caught me on a good day. I'm just I had a long night, and I'm just still recuperating. So, but I am very like not easy to deal with, and either I'm really quiet or I'm pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. So I think Shibata he caught on the difficultness, and he's just like, yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this. Well,
me and Tiff being at AEW podcast as well. Does AEW kind of?
Yeah, a lot of my friends who don't follow wrestling or they're not wrestling fans enjoy AEW.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like with my current physical gym partner, he's not a wrestling fan at all, but he loves Orange Cassidy. He loves. He loves like Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and he loves AEW without liking wrestling, which is weird. So he'll watch it. And one time I was at his house, and I quickly changed it to NXT, and he got mad. He's like, "No, put it back." I'm like, "It's commercials." He's like, "No, put it back." I'm like, "All right." He doesn't watch wrestling, but he doesn't want to miss a second of AEW.
Wow.
I think it also has to do with the fact, like, I feel like a lot of these names that you just mentioned, of the fact of being in the indies. And originally, a long time ago, of me being into WWE, and then finally getting into NXT, and then I opened up my eyes with indie wrestling. But I feel like you have to have that open mind with indie wrestling. If you're gonna come in with the attitude of WWE, you're not gonna really enjoy the indie scene as much. And I feel like I found more joy, more in the indie scene than a lot of other companies out there.
Yeah, like the indie scene, I like it because it's very you could tell it's more heart, because obviously, like,
Yeah.
no one's making a pretty penny off of this unless, I don't know, no one's making money off indie wrestling. So when you see guys in the ring performing, they're performing because they love it. So when you see people work out of love, there's a big difference between working out of love and working because you're forced to. Like, oh God, I have to be in Des Moines, Iowa today.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the drills.
Yeah.
As indie wrestlers, they'll travel and they'll have a great time, and to them this is hopefully, most of them, from what I've seen, they're having a good time, and if they're not, they're in the wrong business, buddy.
Right. That's awesome. That's what I can definitely appreciate about the independent scene as well. Me being freshly introduced to the independent scene, and you go back to what you were saying about AEW, how like people who don't even like wrestling are watching and enjoying it. I know a few people up here in Canada that have not watched an ounce of WWE. They always would. I remember them used to be making fun of wrestling, or people who would watch wrestling, and then now they're tuning in and loving what they're seeing from AEW. And it's crazy how much this company is turning things around for even the audience that is new into wrestling. So it's good that they're getting people hooked like that. So
because in AEW, things mean something means something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If Sammy Guerrero either draws or defeats Cody Rhodes, that means something.
Mm-hmm.
As for if that exact same scenario happened in WWE, it's just in a week or two we're gonna forget it, and it doesn't even matter.
And I think that's what we're going to see also recently with Scorpio Sky finally pinning Jericho, finally getting his first loss ever in AEW. I think we're going to get something out of that soon, like in a couple weeks or a week or two, even shorter. I think Scorpio Sky is going to get a chance at that championship.
Yeah, definitely. So. He's a real good dude, Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still there, but when I first went to the dojo, he was one of the trainers.
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, he was pretty much like because we had two rings, like the New Japan official ring, I guess an old one, and one they borrowed from like a local indie. So like, because in our class they just split it in half. So he was, he was a good dude. He still is a good dude. I'm gonna start doing some name dropping because I'm a little bit under the weather. We had this one drill that we had to do where we were sitting down back to back, and the goal is to it's kind of like like wrestling, so to try to take the other person's back. So I didn't know that. So I just thought it was just like, go to point A to point B. Mm-hmm. So current Evolve wrestler Kurt Stallion and I were, doing this drill, and he's trying to shoot pin me, and I'm yelling at him like, "No, you're supposed to take my back." And Scorpio thought I was calling spots in a shoot fight. He had a great time making fun of me over that. As I'm getting my ass handed to me, I'm trying to explain to the guy beating me up what he's doing wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
So, yeah.
I gotta go to one of the dojo shows. I always seem to miss out on them. Could you just explain a little bit better to maybe a fan who doesn't know what the dojo?
Well, it's not a show. It's an actual New Japan. They have their dojo in Tokyo, Japan. Mm-hmm. So what they want to do as part of their American expansion is they open up a brand new dojo in California. I forgot. Mm-hmm. It's not Long Beach and it's not Los Angeles. It's like somewhere or because I'm not familiar with that area. So they have a ring, they have a full-fledged fitness system, and I was part of the guinea pig class.
Oh.
So it's like Shibata doesn't he never taught he never really had a class before, so they got a bunch of guys of all various levels of experience, from guys who've been in the business for years to guys who've never been in a ring before, and to me I was only training for about a year and some change. Mm-hmm. So they just put everybody, boom, and just to show them the New Japan way. And a few guys, are in the system full time, but every once in a while they'll have a class come in for a week, mm-hmm. and if they see potential in them, they'll ask them to stay in the dojo. If they don't see potential, thank you for coming. Hmm. And the very first drill we did was 350 squats.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was the very first thing we did, and. Shibata had this, it was like a whistle, but he wasn't actually blowing it. It was like a bunny press, and he made the whistle noise. Mm-hmm. And they want people to yell after if you do every rep, every push-up, they want you to yell hi, something, yell. And every squat, yell. And I'm a quiet guy. So I'm just doing my squats in the back, just doing it. He's walking around watching everybody do the squats. He stops by me, and he doesn't move. He doesn't move, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm just the second I slowed down, he's like, hey, come on, keep it up. I'm like, fuck, this guy just, from like the word go, he had it out for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Ray corrected me in the chat. He said that I'm thinking of Dojo Wars. That's what it was. That was part of
that's CZW.
I see so many different, like, I think there was another one in Jersey as well. So that's what I was kind of like thinking as well.
Yeah,
but that's why I asked. Because,
that's
maybe not
CZW.
what that is. Yeah.
They do shows on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those around, and I always wanted to go like check those out. So I thought this was kind of a little bit similar to it as well.
Yeah, I think Dominic De Niro goes there, and if I could just compliment anybody locally that I don't think is getting enough compliments from the New York scene, it's Dominic De Niro. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know who it is. Yeah, I've seen him around.
Yeah, he's a pretty badass dude, and I feel like any minute now he's gonna be the next thing coming out of New York.
Oh, nice.
So that's who I'm gonna put over if I can. And I'm getting a message in my ear right now that I'm supposed to plug the show for IWA November 30th, and we're having my headset's a little So apparently Astro Morales is injured.
Yes.
And
did you do it?
And, so that might I don't think he's injured. I think my ban on Puerto Ricans is working. He's afraid of my lawyer. So, but I'm getting word that within this week, I guess they're gonna name his replacement.
Oh.
Because apparently TJ Marconi can't defeat me by himself, so they need two guys to take me on.
Shots.
The current
Shots
champion.
fired.
I know. Kyle, did you put the flyer in or no? He didn't.
I forgot. Sorry. I was getting the layout done. I forgot to put the flyer up. I can get it now. I can get it quick. It takes 2 seconds.
Flyer up so we can do the IWA, which is November 30th.
November 30th. I call it. I don't know what the building is called. I call it the IWA Arena. It's in Nutley, New Jersey, 150 Chestnut Street. Yeah. They have a good bar. They always have beers for like $4. Even though Doofy he didn't like that they didn't have any microbreweries in the bar. I'm like, dude, we're in the middle of nowhere, Jersey.
I was enjoying the sangria for $4.
Yeah, see, so you know, like the bar is good. I gotta put the bar over.
It's a good time, guys. Like that was my first show. So, and then of course, like I said, I'm gonna go to the November 30th show, and I'm doing commentary. So I'm kind of excited about.
Tiff on commentary though. I don't know.
Thanks a lot.
She's gonna be giggling every time I get like chopped or clothesline or something.
Yes, I'm gonna stand up and clap.
You're gonna laugh though. You can't laugh.
Yeah, this is independent wrestling. We demand professionalism 24/7.
All right.
So I'll put the ad up there, guys. There you go. IWA Crossing the Line. Look at this freaking band. This poster is amazing.
Nice.
Meet and greets at 6 p.m. Doors open 6:30 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. Flyer. We got who's that? Mantis. There's TJ. TJ's a big dude. He's actually. I feel like TJ's another one that. I have to say he can't beat me one-on-one in a one-on-one fight, but I think he is a really great professional wrestling. What he's done in the Bronx, I think it's phenomenal. Like they did these videos promoting their last cage match, and I thought that video was fantastic. It was like a major league production on a show that happened in the Bronx.
I was there, and a lot of the guys that are in this poster were at BWF. I went to Escape of New York a couple of months ago in the summertime, and then I came back. TJ messaged me. He's like, save this date. I was like, okay, I'm going to come. So, but yeah, there's a lot of great wrestlers, and it's nice. What I've noticed is, you guys like work IWA, you guys work, a bunch of the guys worked at the BWF. It's so nice to see familiar faces and, just the quality of the wrestling. Like I always put over indie wrestling. Like I really, really, really enjoy it. I try to get everybody. I'm always like, come with me. Like I want to go see like all this indie wrestling. So I'm so grateful for the amount and to see all their promotions as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because wrestling shows are generally fun. Like even if you're not a fan of wrestling, it's just like you show up. There's something, there's something fun about the live aspect of it, the interaction of it.
Yeah.
Like my friends who came to my first match at IW was a triple threat match against Johnny Angel and Muscles, aka St.James. That's my nickname for muscles. Like they don't watch wrestling, but they enjoy the fact that we had like a faction of fake Canadians. I'm in trouble for this, but I guess these guys pretend to be Canadians.
Oh.
And they attacked Astro Morales, and they're like, America with your welfare system, and like attacking our welfare system. And my friends are the guys who've never seen wrestling before. They're kind of nerds, and they're all like, wait a minute, but Canada has one of the greatest social network social safety nets on the planet. That's why they knew that they weren't Canadian, because Canadians wouldn't make fun of our welfare system, because you guys have a great system up there. As we, I guess we need some work, right?
Just a little bit.
I mean, so I've been told.
No, it's perfect.
I've been told.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I should figure out. I should find out if I go for. I should go on welfare. Figure it out. I'm just gonna go to the welfare office one day. Be like, all right, guys, give me money.
Yeah, there you go. Here, then they hand it to you. Have a nice day.
But you're right, though. There's that feeling that you have like going to an indie show. And I always say it's like special, and it's nice, like the family oriented, and each promotion's different. I feel like some of them is like family friendly. Some of them, like if you want to go to like GCW, watch blood and gore and everything. But do you watch any of those, like GCW or CZW? Like, is that a goal that you would love to go work in, or?
No, I mean, to be honest, like deathmatch wrestling is in my bag unless the deathmatch is earned.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if it's just like a tournament of death where I'm gonna get like 17 staples in my forehead and like scarred for life just for a match that people are gonna forget within a half hour. Pass on that. Like if it's built up and we have like a long-standing feud and it has to culminate in like some sort of death match, that I'm game. Like Moxley versus Omega, I felt like that was kind of earned. Like they've been feuding since what the first pay-per-view.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, so that was a well-built-up program that it culminated in a death match. That I prefer. But if it was just like Moxley versus Omega in this death match, where nothing means anything,
right?
That's not what I mean.
Part.
Yeah,
that build part, definitely.
Exactly.
It's something. It's only something that I've recently got into to watch some of the death matches, but it's rough. And me and Kyle are just at full gear. And you even said, Kyle, that was kind of like your first death match. Yeah. And
just the injuries alone just scare me. Like, have you ever been injured really bad yet in like your wrestling career? Like, have you had like a nasty injury?
No, the embarrassing thing is I've been injured in non-wrestling things that have kept me out of wrestling.
Oh.
I was sitting at an office desk, and something happened where I just tore my ACL. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
What?
I had my legs crossed, and like I just slipped off the chair a little bit,
and
my ACL something happened, and I was like, that kept me out the ring for 9 months, and I'm like, why didn't this happen in the ring? At least it would have been a storyline or something.
Jeez.
We can milk this. Instead, I'm just here in an office hanging out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, what if it did keep you like out of wrestling for good? Do you have like a backup plan, maybe?
Yeah, like to be honest, this is where I think this is why a lot of trainers and promoters are not fans of me. Wrestling is probably like, this is gonna get me some heat, but I don't care. Wrestling's probably number 4 on my
Do you like freeze up?
My life.
Oh, there we go.
This isn't my. What are we looking at?
Oh.
No, you cut out.
It cut out, so we have to have you reset the answer.
That's why I hate everybody. No, but to repeat, in case you guys missed it, is that I love wrestling. I love the training. It's not my plan. About a year or two ago, they had WWE tryouts in Long Island. Second time I've ever been to Long Island. Never want to go back there.
Oh.
Long Island's like the worst place you ever want to visit. But
Visit me then.
but they had a WWE tryout, and it was like a lot of guys who were really good there, and me, and William Regal was talking to all the potential recruits, and he's giving a speech about things like, if you work for the WWE, we expect you to do this, and we expect you to do that, and if you're in this company, you should do this. And he at one point he makes eye contact with me, and I'm terrible. I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm terrible at poker. Like I can't hide my emotions if I ever have emotions. And he saw right through me, where he's like, in the middle of his speech, he just looks at me dead in my face and goes, "And some of you may not even want to work for us. Maybe this isn't your life. Maybe you want to be a weekend warrior, and that's perfectly fine." And like everybody just started looking at me, and they realized that he was talking to me about, because this isn't a dream. Like I like doing it for fun. This is like a hobby that I love doing most of the time. So when TJ cuts a promo saying I'm not a real pro wrestler, like I know he's trying to like insult me, but he's not wrong. I like I said in the ring at the IWA show, I am more of a fighter than a wrestler.
Gotcha.
I spent many years working in nightclubs in New York City, and like one of my jobs included, like I didn't have an official position due to legal reasons, but one of my jobs was breaking up fights. Like I've literally gotten into over 500 cases of fisticuffs.
Jeez.
And as you can see in my face, like I've been punched in the face hundreds of times, and I've broken up a lot of fights, and I've been in a lot of physical altercations. So wrestling is fun. I love it, but it's not my dream. And fighting is fun. That's why I do pro wrestling, to get the fighting thing out legally, because I kind of had to leave the club business. And once I left that, anytime I got into a physical altercation, I got arrested. So now I kind of do it in the ring without fear of being arrested. So
okay, gotcha.
That's why I love pro wrestling. Get to fight and not get arrested.
Perfect.
And get chopped.
And get chopped by random Puerto Rican chicks.
How am I gonna chop you now?
What a dream.
Astro's not here to protect you this time.
Oh, damn! And Gangon either. Damn it.
Oh, Gangon's not gonna be there. Yeah, Gangon's my dude, man. He's a good dude.
I love Gangon. He's number one husband on my list of husbands. So.
How many are on the list?
It's up to 15 now.
15.
Wow.
It doesn't matter because Anthony's number one. Just so you know. Like.
So all we need is one more, and we got like a Sweet 16 tournament for it.
Oh, there you go. Like King of the Ring.
Yeah, I'm saying like it's King of the Ring, but it'll be like King. Yeah, the winner becomes King of the Queen of the Indies or whatever.
There you go.
I like that. Actually, Chris Steeler is going on the list. I just haven't figured out where he's going on the list.
Who?
Chris Steeler. See, this is why I'm the indie queen, because I'm talking about all indie wrestlers, So Kyle didn't know.
That was my favorite. Yeah, because she posted a photo of Chris on the Facebook.
Oh,
she's
the
like,
Facebook.
Yeah. She's like, "This is my new husband." So TJ decided to tag him in the photo.
Oh God.
Just to blow up her spot.
If it's not, everybody always throws me under the bus. It's okay. If Kyle was the first one to throw me under the bus because he told Gangon that he was on the list of husbands and that he was pretty sure he was on my top 5. So.
Yeah, I remember that was on your first episode, right? Of Under the Ropes. Where did you guys come up with that name?
What?
Under the Ropes.
Actually, my friend came up with it. We were trying to figure out a name for this podcast, and I was talking to a couple of my friends, and he was like, "I have the perfect name for you," and I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Under the Ropes," and I was like, "I love it." So it was just like a random conversation that I had with my friend Charles, and he's like, "This is the name," and I was like, "I like it." Because we're getting deep and personal with you guys. So
we're going under the ropes.
Oh. Ooh. But I love it that, this year I was actually telling Ray earlier that I was like, I love the fact that this has been the year. I have gone prior in years to indie wrestling. I've always done House of Glory, SWA. I've gone to NYWC, but this year was really the year that I started going to more promotions. So it's been like such a blessing, and what I witness and the friendships that I have made through, like, especially the last couple of months, it's been amazing, and it makes me feel like I want to be part of the family too with you guys, because you guys are just so awesome, and like just some of the conversations that I have, it's just something else. I've met some really interesting people, and the wrestling itself, and I just want to, and I'm supportive, and Astro had said this one day. He's like, we need more fans like you because I'm loyal as hell. So it's like, whether you're a heel, whether you're a face, if I like you, like, I'm all over it. So, but you're still getting chopped. So.
I don't know how. Like I said, there's no Astro to protect you. So, and I'm pretty sure TJ has other things in mind. I think TJ's gonna be selfish with his beating of me, so he's not gonna share.
So we have a question in the chat for you. Why are you wearing glasses indoors, pimp?
Because I'm pretty inebriated right now. I don't want people to notice how under the weather I am.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh wow, it is very dark outside.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. It gets dark so early now. It's part of the winter time. Like, it's 5 o'clock and it feels like it's 8 o'clock. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, all right, it's 5 o'clock and I'm already, all right, guys, it's time to do it.
So tell us a bit about your podcast, because you have a podcast as well.
Yeah, mine is it's called World Championship Cinema. I came up with this idea years ago, but I've been really lazy and I'm trying to bring it back up. But it's pretty much we review movies that have to do with the world of professional wrestling. Oh. We did our first episode was a pilot with about the NBC did a movie about Jesse the Body Ventura, like in the late 90s.
I think I know that movie you're talking about.
Huh?
I think I know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, it's you find clips on YouTube. It's really bad. It's like the guy who does Jesse the Body doesn't even attempt to do his voice. And so for that episode, I had a Bill Clinton impersonator. Then we did an episode based on a Jushin Thunder Liger's movie. So I had one of the world's biggest Jushin Thunder Liger fans, Damon McDonald of the Super J-Cast.
Oh.
I have to re-upload it, but we did Roadhouse with tough Tim Hughes from Ring of Honor and other independent matches. Yeah, that kid's an angel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he hung out with me one night and he realized that I'm too much of a bad influence. So he's like he's an angel.
And I guess we can tease a future episode.
Yeah, that'll be coming out really soon. It's a movie that Tiffany picked. And what movie did you pick, Tiffers?
The Wrestler. It's
Mickey
so funny.
Rourke.
Yeah, it's 2008. I remember, we'll get into it later or whatever. But when you said to me to pick a movie, I instantly thought of that. I remember watching that movie. I think in 2008. Mm-hmm. So.
Man, I watched The Wrestler with Vern Gagne from 1979. Oh no.
Oh no.
With Vern Gagne.
Epic fail.
Oh man, we'll figure it out.
I told you the moment Mickey Rourke.
Oh man,
that's your.
I didn't even know there was one in 1979.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, it's a Vern Gagne movie where he plays a wrestler who fights the mob or something. We'll hear more about it in that episode we do. You guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know there was one, to be real. I literally had no idea.
You legit had that conversation, and I was like the Mickey Rourke one. No, you were the one that said Mickey Rockers. No, I said it.
Mickey Roker?
That out anyway. Wait, we have another question in the chat. Have you ever thought about having a match with MJF?
Oh God.
Well, now that he's signed, I can't think about having a match with him because I don't plan on being signed. And
yeah,
EW, they don't do independent. Do they do independent shows or no?
Some of the wrestlers have certain freedoms to still do indie shows. I think because Orange Cassidy is about to appear in.
Around.
Yeah.
Luchasaurus and I think Jungle Boy was still floating around. I don't know because I know MJF did his last at Creative Pro recently. A couple of months ago, that was his last
Let's
one.
Let's say fantasy-wise, if he was allowed to still do an indie show.
Yeah, of course. I like the way he works. I think we work similar styles, and then we'll probably be besties after the show.
I want to see the promo
between
the same
both of you. On the fans.
Yeah.
What is dream match? Anybody, dead or alive? Dream match.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Me and Hitler in a Texas death match. Beat his ass up several counts.
You did say anybody. Tiff.
I did. That's
You have to be more specific.
Yeah, gotta be more Pacific.
Yeah, more Pacific.
I'm teaching you New York language. That's how they say Pacific in
Okay.
the long.
Okay. More. Sorry, Tiff. You have to be more Pacific
Yeah.
with your questions.
Can I tell you guys a quick Long Island story?
Yes, go for it.
All right. So years ago, Metallica played in Long Island, and my sister won free tickets to see them. So we took the LIRR train to Long Island to the Coliseum to watch Metallica.
Yeah.
So the whole train is full of metalheads, all of them, like, you know, long hair, white guys, Metallica, yeah, yes, and just fuck yeah, and except for one guy, some nerdlinger who looked kind of like Rick Moranis from the Ghostbusters.
Right.
So he gets off at the stop before us, because so I don't know the train system. So the stop before Metallica is Rick Moranis like, excuse me guys, excuse me, all right, I gotta go. But he's cutting through the metalheads, and as he's walking by, they're like, fucking nerd, and they're insulting him, like, nerd. Rick Moranis comes back on the train, keeps his head up, like his eyes looking on the floor though. He's like, if anyone has anything to say it to my face. Every single metalhead shut the fuck up. And he's like, that's right. And he left.
What?
And I'm just like, the second Rick Moranis left, I lost my mind. I'm like, you fucking guys got punked by Rick Moranis.
That's fantastic.
Those guys want to be bullies, and that's what happens, when bullies get stepped up to. They normally back down.
Yeah.
And there was a train full of them, and Rick Moranis shut them down.
Oh God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh man. So I don't know.
As far as wrestling's concerned, Terry Funk in the 70s.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, 'cause, like, I like the style of where you can shoot. I mean, I'm a terrible brawler, to be honest. Like, to be honest, my style is more shoot fight, and I toss in some lucha libre because I enjoy it.
Right.
But my brawling skills are terrible because I've always, like, every time I had to break up a fight, I just was able to hook an arm, hook a leg, and just carry the person outside the venue, then toss them out.
Well, there you go.
Good times. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss those fights. I just don't miss the troubles that came with it.
I used to be a bouncer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, not too long ago. Well, it's been actually 4 years now.
Got any fun stories? Beating up any
I had
drunk
one
American?
guy, like, we had to kick out because he was, I don't know, I guess we got word from the bartender that he was abusing his girlfriend at the bar.
Oh God.
So we had to toss him out, and he was pretty belligerent, and he dumped the pitcher all over the counter, and it was like swinging, going, "You want to take me out? You want to take me out?" He's like threatening to swing. He's like swinging at us with this was like really thick pitcher thing. Like, the bar was at, the pitchers were really strong, so we kind of had to keep dodging while he was swinging. And then we finally got him, but as we got him, he came around and he swung, and he caught the one bouncer right in the back of the head, and it split his head open.
Oh wow.
Oh God.
It was scary though. Like, he literally looked like he was more than drunk. Like, he'd been riding the slopes a little bit too. Like, he was out of his mind. Like, his eyes were so wide, and he looked like he was ready to kill us with this thing. So, I don't know. But other than that, it's just been normal stories of drunk people, and you have to throw them out, and some of them struggle, some of them don't. Some of them fall over themselves while you're throwing them out. It's funny to watch, but
Yeah.
not any crazy stories. That's probably the craziest one. Again, where I live in Canada, it's probably less crazier up here than it is most bars in the States.
Yeah. Can I tell you my least favorite story?
Oh boy.
Boy.
All right. So I remember because I saw this coming from a mile away. Like, this guy was charging towards the bathroom, and there's a guy in a urinal doing his business, and the guy attacks the guy while he's peeing from behind.
What?
So luckily, I was able to. The way I saw him running towards the bathroom, I knew that was trouble. So I grabbed the guy after he swung on the guy peeing, and I grabbed him like I took him down. But the guy who was peeing is now angry, and he takes a swing at him, and he slapped me. And I'm like, did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands?
Ew. Yikes.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so that was probably my worst.
Oh
My worst bouncing stories.
my.
I prayed that at least he zipped up and washed his hands before he went on the attack, but I highly doubt it.
It's like, I'm gonna punch you, but one sec.
Let me wash my hands.
No.
Gotta be sanitary. Just one sec.
Ew. Oh, what?
Anyway, yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
Not
Oh no! Camera went haywire just there. It just fell.
I
We're
can't
good.
take you anywhere. Breaks everything.
I don't break everything. Anyways.
Just breaks hearts.
This was a fun episode. It was a really good episode Under the Ropes. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on here and shooting the shit for a bit and letting us know about your wrestling career, IWA, and all that stuff. It was really awesome to have you on. I'm excited to get us on your podcast with this World Championship Cinema. And then we'll figure that out later on. Other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in live here on YouTube for Under the Ropes on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host. She's the Heartbreak Chick, Queen of the Indies, Tiffany, and joined today by Anthony St.James. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Or tweet and talk.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. I'm Kyle. That's Tiff. That's Anthony. See you later.